about it at all until I discovered them months later. And Tasha didn't even like it. And I loved it. I listened to their whole discography.
I'm Thomas. I'm the temp.
I'm Max.
I'm Tasha. I play bass.
And I'm Pablo, and I play the lead guitar and sing.
And
we are Couch Dog.
On tour for the last 3 weeks, and this is your second to last stop in Atlanta. How do you guys feel?
Tired.
Yeah, definitely excited to do our last show tomorrow. I think the tiredness for me set in yesterday, so I was a little bit glazed over today, but I'm still having so much fun.
I feel good. I definitely am tired, but I definitely know that once I'm back home, I'm gonna be like, man, I miss playing shows. So I'm enjoying it as I can, you know.
Tommy?
I don't know what they're talking about. I could do another 3 weeks.
Oh,
yes, nice.
Flew into like the place you go with us.
Yeah.
Flew in. Freshy.
So when it comes to touring, what's been your favorite part so far?
Like show or
the
part?
food.
Traveling, touring.
Trying all the different food in different parts of the United States. It's been very enlightening. And delicious.
I agree. I feel like a lot of it's so fast and we only have one day in most cities, and our priority with activities is usually like, what's the regionally specific popular food, like Philly cheesesteak, lobster roll, buffalo wings, and it's been fun to try all these cuisines and just like see places we've never been to before. Even though it's quick, it's like really special to get to see everything.
We're going to Waffle House later.
Yes.
As you should.
I've particularly enjoyed meeting the fans in every city and being able to talk to people who have been excited to see us for a while and be able to like introduce ourselves and like share a couple words with them and just see how excited they are. Like, we're here because of them. So it's really amazing to see them.
So from what I remember correctly, your DC show was your sold out show for the tour.
Correct.
What was that experience like?
Honestly, very surprising. While we were on tour, we kept watching we keep a fairly close eye on the ticket counts and like the sales numbers for the shows that are coming up. And every time we checked, I kept seeing the DC numbers get higher and higher, which I honestly wasn't really expecting. There were certain shows that we kind of expected to do better than others. Chicago has been kind of up there in our analytics for like popular spots where like we have listeners for a while. So DC was a bit of a wild card. I wasn't really expecting that kind of support, but that show the energy was so good in the room. People were dancing, people were moving. It was very humbling and very it was great.
Yeah, I think that one in particular, there was fans just like singing along to every single song and getting really, really excited. So it was a special show for sure. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, every city has surprised us in an unexpected way, no matter where we go. There's always something super special that happens at each one of the shows, which has been great. Like, you meet like just different people everywhere, and that DC show was surprising. I also really enjoyed Brooklyn. I really enjoyed Chicago. I really enjoyed every show, but those three were the energy and the dancing, you know what I mean? Like, when people dance, it's when like you get your best performance because you're communicating with the people in the room in a way, and when the more people are dancing, the better it feels for everyone. And DC was explosive.
This year you guys released your most recent project, Unraveled. What was the creative process behind that?
That one originally started as kind of an attempt at a second album. We were in the middle of going through, I feel like some kind of a bit of growing pains, kind of as like a group. We were really experimenting with kind of not just like different sounds and like a different sonic palette, but also different roles within the group as a whole. And that it ended up culminating in 2 different EPs, with us splitting what was an attempted album into the B-Sides EP with some of the more kind of classic Couch Dog sounds that we saw on How to Ruin Your Life Fast, and then the Unraveler EP, which was a lot more of the newer, more experimental sounds that we were working on. But overall, I think it was very much kind of a learning process, very much an important way for us to learn to work with each other in different ways. And I think, if anything, it has put us in a better position to really nail the second album now that we're kind of in the throes of it. I feel like in the end it has created a much more cohesive and a much more solid foundation for us to work with.
So when it comes to experimenting, or when it came to experimenting and making that decision to try out new sound, what was the idea behind it and what was the intention?
I think, honestly, at the time we were writing our first album, we were all really into a kind of specific surf rock, garage rock genre, and like as we got older, we all started liking a lot of different kinds of music, getting more into kind of like grunge, shoegaze, hyper pop, like punk, like very broad genre tastes. And when we were writing our new material, we were kind of dipping into all these different things and kind of trying to find out how these new influences and our new like sonic interests could fit into the Couch Dog sound. And so I feel like that EP was definitely an attempt at just seeing how that worked with our songwriting and just kind of giving it a stab. And I think it was cool to kind of do something really experimental. And yeah, it was just a good learning experience. And I think we've kind of figured out how to split the difference between like our classic Couch Dog sound and this stuff that's a little more out there for us. And like a lot of the new stuff we're working on, I think, is like a really awesome middle ground of like true to Couch Dog sound that's like experimenting in all these different lanes in a cool way.
It was like a cool experiment because we all kind of see through the music and we see the Couch Dog sound still present in Unraveler, you know what I mean? And that to me was a very important point for the band. I was like, we're just kind of going through like the band is like, doing really good. We're really excited about everything that's happening right now. Like, what's the Couch Dog sound? And then like dipping into different genres and still retaining that core was exciting, and I feel like empowering moving into the next project, because then it's like, okay, like there's the Couch Dogs like foundation, and yeah, it was a interesting period, but it was very productive.
Beautiful. So when it comes to your new music, how do you think playing around with this new sound has developed you as a group?
I think in general, I mean, I don't know if everyone, like, feel free to jump in if you guys disagree, but I think one thing that's been, at least for me, that has been a big change in the music for the new album is I feel like in the past there has been a bit of a line as far as the distinction between the music I listen to versus the music that I make, where there was almost a bit of a hesitance to attempt certain sounds because I don't know, it felt a little bit like out of reach. And I feel like in general most of us are pulling a lot more strongly from the music that we actually listen to and enjoy a lot more heavily, rather than just focusing on the typical sounds that Couch Dog is maybe known for. And I feel like because of that, there's been a lot more freedom sonically for the songs that we're writing.
Oh, well said.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I've also, I personally have been like kind of like falling in love again with the instrument of the guitar. I am really, really excited about this new record. And I don't know, I feel like I've found new styles of playing that still sound like me, and I feel like everyone has done it for their own instrument, which is really exciting, and that makes me really stoked. Yeah.
Also, when it comes to inspiration for the music that you make, do you guys have like certain artists that you like pull from, or certain sounds, or is it just like you make the music as you go?
Honestly, I feel like it's such a melting pot of stuff. I was talking about this with my cousin earlier, but we all listen to so many different genres, and if we put together a big Venn diagram, I feel like there is a big section in the middle where we all listen to a lot of the same artists, but those same artists, like the genres are so broad, and I feel like that lets us have kind of a good language with each other, where we'll be writing something and we'll say like, oh, I kind of want the guitar tone from like, you guys know this song, or like, I love the vocal tonality of like this song, and we pull from a lot of places, but I think it really starts as us, and then once we get into the nitty-gritty with like production and tones and like really the specifics of parts, or like, oh, remember this song, and like everybody kind of knows those songs because honestly we're with each other all the time, and so we end up just listening to a lot of the same stuff. So I feel like we have a very shared library of stuff we listen to, and that kind of helps us like communicate with each other of like what sounds we want to explore and like what things we want to do with the music.
If we find something we like, we immediately are texting each other in the group chat like, I think you guys would like this, and then we're like talking about it and listening to it in the car.
When it comes to showing up as a cohesive group, what is the message that you want your fans to know that Couch Dog sends out when it comes to the music that you make?
We're all best friends.
Yeah.
Even me, kind of.
Tommy is our best friend. We love this guy. He's our dungeon master. We play Dungeons and Dragons sometimes, and he's awesome. We love this guy a ton. Check out Tommy's party. He makes great music. I want a bottle.
Okay.
I mean, we hope it comes across to people that we're like super close. I think that's something special about us, is that like the three of us have lived together for like long periods of time, and we're so close. And I feel like I hope we give off a vibe of like fun and friendship, and also just that we want to really like welcome anybody into like our little world. And like it's so cool to see all the different types of people that are Couch Dog fans. Like I feel like sometimes we go to shows and there's like dudes that are so hardcore punk, and I'm like, it's cool that they listen to our stuff, and there's like
we really like
just everybody
too, so.
To all of our hardcore punk fans out there, you guys make us feel like that little dog in the spinny hat with the big lollipop, and we love you.
I feel like a lot of people have told me and told us in general that our music is fun and relatable, and I feel like attracting like as many people as possible and welcoming as many people as possible into like an inclusive environment where we can just have fun together. The world is a crazy place, and like we want people to just have fun and enjoy themselves, and that's what Couch Dog is all about, and that's what we want to do forever.
Yeah, no, we love y'all so much. We are incredibly grateful and incredibly lucky. And Couch Dog genuinely was started on just like, it really was kind of our dream to just be able to continue to play music. It was something that we love to do, and the fact that it's come so far that we're able to continue to do this in spite of jobs, in spite of rent, in spite of everything, it is something that we are incredibly grateful for. I think I speak for all of us when I say that, like, we feel incredibly lucky that we get to share so many wonderful moments with so many people, and I just want to say thank you so much for everyone for allowing us to do so. Unless it's Deki LM, and then Pablo hides it from me for months.
I didn't think
and he doesn't think that I would like it, and he doesn't tell me about it, even though they're awesome.
This was 3 years ago. He still holds a grudge against me.
ICE. Fuck Trump. We love y'all.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Fuck Big Yahoo. Fuck Palantir.
Congo, free everything.